Hello, all stars. It's your girl again, Amasia Starr. I am here bringing you the latest on the 200 meters, and we're talking about the Olympic trials, the United States Olympic trials in Eugene, Oregon, at the famous Hayward Field. Of course, a field that I used to run at when I was just a young girl and I was an Olympic hopeful. So let's get into this. It's about the 200 meters. For those of you that are new and joining the sport, 200 meters is half of the track. So the entire track, one lap around, is 400 meters, and half of that is 200 meters. For this event, it is a stagger. Each athlete must stay in their own lanes all the way from the sound of the gun all the way to when they cross the finish line. Otherwise, they'll have a nice big DQ next to their name. Okay. So anyways, as always, this platform is to empower, to educate, to celebrate, and yeah, keep you guys entertained always, because I'm silly and I'm goofy. So that is what it is. Okay. So something that I wanted to talk about for the 200 meters. It was my very first race that I ran when I was in youth track, club track. We call it club track. Running for the South Bay Panthers under the tutelage of Coach Carey, rest in peace. So I just can remember the very first time that I ran. I didn't have any track shoes. You know, it was my first race. All my coach told me was to stay in my lane. So I remember that. I remember practicing that. And I think at the time I was just turning 7, I want to believe, 6.5, just turning 7. And yeah, I think maybe I don't even think I had a practice. I was joining late. It was late in the season, and it was the last race before people had to go off and qualify for the Junior Olympics. And I just remember I won the heat, and I won by, according to my coach, about 60 meters. And yeah, I just remember my coach telling me to lean into the curve, lean into the curve, and pump my arms and push as fast as I could and push through to the finish line. And that is almost how I've ran that particular event for my whole career. Yeah, no coasting for the champions. And like always, you guys, when you are an athlete and when you're a champion, you always want to have sportsmanship. It's great to wish everybody good luck before you begin. It's good to shake someone's hand when they win. And like always, just wish everybody well. Wish everybody well, because you want good and healthy competition at all times. And I'd like to think that I was always that athlete. I was always that champion that would wish everybody well. And regardless of what place I took, I was always proud of everyone that I competed against. I could have been celebrated, I suppose, for just trying to stay humble, have humility, and being able to um, congratulate everyone as they came and crossed the finish line. I was that girl that was always rooting for everyone as they crossed the line. So, kudos to good sportsmanship. Keep it going, you guys. So, without further ado, let's get into the 200 meters. Now, this is the semifinals. Anybody that missed the information that I gave on the prelims, you can go back and look at an earlier podcast, and it'll be there. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about lane assignments. One of the lanes that I'm noticing for time and time again is that this is not the first time that lane 9 has made it to the finals. So, back in the day, we used to have this stigma like, oh my gosh, if you had lane 9, like you're gonna come in last. Nobody wanted lane 9, right? But it's good to know that that old stereotype is being broken, because lane 9 was assigned to Tamari Davis, and she qualified with a time of 22:10. So let's get right into it. Like always, I'd like to start with the last place qualifying athlete. And in this case, it is Jaden Mays. Jaden Mays ran a time of 22.33. She was in lane 8. Jenna Prandini. Jenna Prandini with a time of 22.26. Woo-hoo-hoo. And she was also in lane 7. Brings us to Tamara Clark, 22.12. Oh my gosh, these girls is moving. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. After that, I'm going to break down the 50 meters and where some of these girls were at that time during the race. Next up is Tamari Davis, 22:10. Like I said, that lane 9. That lane 9. And Brittany Brown, 22.08. Also in lane 8, Abby Steiner, 22.03, also in lane 8. Don't Let's give it up for the outside lane. They changing the perspective of what we feel about those outside lanes. Yes, you're running blind, but sometimes that's like the best thing, because when you're running blind, you have no choice but to run your race. You're not distracted by what everybody else is doing. So, yeah, that's a great strategy. I'd have to give that up. Okay. And that brings us to Abby Steiner, 22.03. I said that already. Mackenzie Long. There is something that I want to talk about before I get into Mackenzie Long's time again. You know, when you are running, right, you go to different coaches, at some point in your career. And I remember I used to run like this, like I was always wanting to hold up the number one, and I was running like that. I remember changing that to this, like this, running like this. I remember running like this and then like this. Like there's always people hold their hands different ways. Okay, so like I was saying, my opinion is regardless if you're running like this, if you're running like this, if you're running like this, as long as you're moving, you don't want to tighten your fist too high and struggle. You know what I'm saying? But you want to keep it a nice flow. Maybe slightly clasp the hands and just make sure that you have a flow going through the hands. That's my take. And as long as you're moving, who's going to complain? If you're breaking records, becoming an Olympic hopeful, becoming an Olympian, who's complaining? Right? Okay. So let's get into Mackenzie Long. Without further ado, Mackenzie Long, a time of 22.01, qualified, lane 6. Sha'Carri Richardson, the second fastest time in the semis, 21.92, qualified, lane 6. And then, of course, Gabby Thomas. That is my pick. Yes, I've been following her for a long time. Gabby Thomas is my pick to win the 200-meter final. She's also my pick to win the Olympics in Paris, France. Yes, and I do believe she's going to go very, very, very close, a very low 21 by the time she gets to the Olympics. That's my pick, you guys. Can't dispute it. Can't dispute it. Olympic hopeful. Okay, what else did I want to say? Let me break down these 50 meters really quick. Having a little technical issues. Bear with me, please. Okay, here we go. 50 meters. One and only. Gabby Thomas. At the 50-meter mark, she was at a 6.28. Sha'Carri, 10th of a second behind her, 6.29. Leads us to Mackenzie Long, 6.32. But this is what I wanted to mention. I go down and look at Brittany Brown's time, okay? At 50 meters, Brittany was 6.24, faster than Gabby, Sha'Carri, Mackenzie, and Abby Steiner. Faster than her was who I call Quick Davis. She was at 6.22 at the 50-meter mark. Now, if these women can translate that to the 150 and then to the 200, we may be seeing some lean at the tape type of situations, you guys. You feel me? Another thing I wanted to mention. Um, Same with Tamari Davis, 6.22. And then Prandini, 6.28, tied with Gabby. So that means at the 50-meter mark, still within the curve, okay, they're neck and neck. They're neck and neck. Now, whether that means that the other thrusters were going to be put on, the burners was going to be put on, and you know what I'm saying? Like we used to say, leaving them in the dust, put a little pep in your step. You got it. I'm trying to get it. Okay. You got it. I'm trying to get it. I don't know. Track has always been synonymous with music with me. I don't know. Maybe it's the cadence. Like it's a drum in your head. When you're an athlete, I always heard music when I was running. The music and the wind. I remember sometimes I'd be running so fast, I could feel my tears. They would just be like leaving my face. You know, yeah. I used to, that was the closest that I could feel to flying. Yeah, I said it. Don't dispute it because I said it. Don't dispute it because I said it. Yes. Anyways, hi. So I just love the sport. I love it. I love it. I love all the events. Although I'm only paying special attention right now to the from the 100 meters, 100-meter hurdles, all the way to the 400-meter hurdles, and including a thing moo and the 800 meters. I love all the events. I used to be a heptathlete. I won the. Let me see, where were we at? We were in Florida. I believe that was the. I want to say the was it junior. I don't think it was a junior Olympics, but it was a very, very intense track meet. It was at the end of the year. Half of the club track went to the junior Olympics, and I believe that we went to Florida that particular year. And I was an heptathlete winner. Yes. Don't ask me my times because no. But a lot of people don't know that I could do all of it. I could do the shot put. I could do the long jump. I could do everything except the pole vault. Don't get it twisted. I was not about to do the pole vault. I remember the day my coach brought that professional to our pole vault professional to our track practice, and I was looking like, no, no, no. I'm not going about to go flying. I'm going to say no, no, no. But anyway, like I said, I'm such a goofball, but I just wanted to bring this extra energy and extra um, information and facts surrounding the 200-meter semis. And like I tell everybody, have faith and never give up. Go and get my song, download it. Like, comments, and subscribe at Amasia Star. You can find me on all the platforms at Amasia Star. The name and the title of the song is Olympic Hopeful. And I want it to be the new track and field anthem, as it should be. I was a track star. I'm still a track athlete. Yeah, that part. All right, I love you guys. Always first. It's not about what place you take. First has to do with your mindset. All right, go be all stars. Bye.